Yes, We're going into the backwoods to get our parts. Which you're probably wondering why the parts are in the woods. That's because they are the best type of parts. Illegal parts. That's right, we can't get these parts in the US of A, and we're close enough to the Canadian border where we just paid some maple syrup drinking guy to drop the parts off right past the border into the good old US of A. You're probably asking why we need such illegal parts. Let's just say the next project is gonna be, I wouldn't say galactic, maybe planetary, but we're gearing towards something pretty powerful. So enough chit-chat and yammering, let's get rolling. I got the idea of smuggling car parts from my neighbor back in Nebraska, an old-timer. He said that him and his buddies used to smuggle Ford Y blocks into Canada for stock car racing. What they'd do is they'd throw a couple of the engines in the trunk of their stock car and weld it shut, put it on the trailer, get across the lines, because they ain't gonna take the time to cut open a welded trunk. But hey, it worked. So if it worked back then, how come it can't work now? But then again, that was the ass end of the 50s and the early part of the 60s. Not much patrolling going on back then, let's just put it that way. Well, it seems we arrived at our location, so let's get to it. We're at the location, so basically it's a dead drop situation. All we do is we pick up the parts they dropped off, and we bury the payment. We're obviously going to show you what's inside that box, can't leave you guessing. Everybody's always surprised to see that much moolah and spondoolie for the first time. It's actually pretty impressive. So let's get the parts and get this buried. They'd be right behind the wood stand, and there they are. Still can't believe we can't get these in the US. But that's what makes them even better. Illegal parts. We got the parts loaded up. These beauties are 3-to-1 gear reduction planetary gears. They are for a very, very special project we have coming up. And they are powerful as all hell. Could you imagine what one can do? Oh boy. Now for paying for these parts, our guy that dropped them off said that he likes to be paid in gold and legal tender. Which, to be honest, is pretty friggin' dope. I'm actually kinda jealous I didn't start using that payment method earlier. Gold and cash. You know you're on some next level stuff when you ask to be paid in gold and cash. Alrighty, let's get this buried and get out of here. Okay, we are at the agreed upon spot on where to bury the payment. And we're gonna get all finish burying this and get all loaded up and hit the trail. Well, we got our parts. You might want to stay tuned sometime down the week. We got something absolutely bonkers coming along. Maybe it's been done before, maybe it hasn't. Maybe it just plain won't work. But stay tuned, because I put maybe 10 seconds of thought into it before I'm like, yep, we're going for it. And remember, don't smuggle parts or anything across borders. That shit's illegal as hell. I did this with action figures because I thought it'd be a funny thing to do. So, don't smuggle shit across any type of borders. Thanks for watching. Catch you in the next one. Oh yeah, and fun fact, that whole thing about my neighbor smuggling Ford Y blocks, true story. I was like 14 when he told me, and I'm like, ain't no way. Crazy, right?